So whenever an artist makes a song about a phenomenon that everyone can easily understand, it tends to really stick with people. And that's what I found with Everybody's Crazy in New York. That is the song of mine that everybody seems to remember the most easily. Everybody quotes the most. Everybody says that it occurs to them the most, especially as they go around in New York and they just see how everybody is crazy here. I made this song because I am a native New Yorker, and one of my favorite things about New York, there's so many things I love about it. There's almost nothing I hate about it. One of my favorite things about New York is that everybody's crazy here in one way or another, whether we're talking about like legitimate kind of upsetting instances of mental illness or just being a wacky character. We have it all. And so this song is kind of just a celebration of how ridiculous people can be here in all different kinds of ways. What I love about New York, one of many, many things, is that not only are we all crazy, but we're all kind of glad that we're all crazy, and we're all proud that we're all crazy, and we all appreciate each other's craziness most of the time, as long as it's not like harmful or terrifying, which sometimes it is, but most of the time it's just like fun and benevolent. And so I love that about this place. And so I just wanted to make a song about one of my favorite aspects of New York. It's very, very, very early 90s influenced. If you listen to it, the track is pretty sparse, but the main kind of feature of the track is the piano riff, which is just so early 90s club pop, which I love. I put a little rap break in the middle because I love to rap, even though it's super difficult. And so I really respect people who rap, because I don't know how you talk that fast and articulate everything and also make it rhyme and also put all these metaphors and stories in it. Like it's amazing. So I took my little 5 seconds to do a little rap break. The stuff that I put in the song in terms of examples of people being crazy, they're not inspired by real events that actually happened to me or that I actually witnessed, but they're kind of in the same vein. Like I talk about, I saw an old lady walking down the street wearing hats on her feet. I didn't actually see that in my real life, but that's exactly the kind of thing you see in New York, where you're just like, okay, I guess that's happening today, and the person doing the thing will kind of just go about it as if they're like, yeah, this is what's happening today. This is who I am. This is what I do. Like, why would I do anything else? And I just love that attitude here. New York makes people crazy and also welcomes the crazy that you already have, that you brought with you. I think the pressure to pay a very high rent every single month makes people really scramble and really stress out. And so there's negative aspects of like, it makes you crazy of like, how am I gonna live? What am I gonna do? Like, I'm so stressed out, I don't know how I'm gonna survive. But it's also a place where it's like, you walk around and you're like, well, I guess I can just do anything and nobody cares. So maybe I will. And I love that. I think it's great that we are so weird, and that we are so known for being weird and crazy, that we attract weird and crazy people from all over the world to come and be crazy here with us. The other element of this song that kind of stands out is I use fictional examples of the kinds of things you might overhear people say in New York, and I kind of put like a funny voice talking like this in the background about like some stupid ridiculous issue, and I put that in the background as the texture of the song, and you hear a voice saying this in chorus 1 and a voice saying that in chorus 2, and then by the end of the song I put all of the voices on top of each other, and that's kind of what it's like to like be on the subway and hear all these inane, ridiculous conversations of all these wacky characters all at once, or like same thing in like a nightclub or an office setting or wherever you might be in New York. So I really tried to capture the spirit of what it's like to be here and experience everybody's craziness all together and just enjoy it. I developed an even deeper appreciation for especially the New York City subway when I traveled to Tokyo a few years ago and went on the subway there. And it was like a different universe, because everyone, at least on the lines I was riding between the neighborhoods I was going to, everyone on the Tokyo subway was stone silent. And there were no performers. And everybody was wearing a business suit. Someone was talking like at this volume, and somebody was looking at them like they were the biggest jerk they'd ever seen in their lives. And I just thought to myself, what would these people think if they knew what goes on in the New York City subway? I mean, I was in the subway last night and I saw a guy drink a beer and then just throw the beer bottle into the tracks, and it just smashed into a million pieces. And I've seen people clip their toenails on the subway. I've seen people smoke in a subway car. I've seen people just spit over and over again, just casually just lean over and spit in front of themselves in a subway car. It's madness, and I love it. And I didn't realize how unusual the madness is until I went somewhere else and I was like, oh, some people don't want their subway to be a circus, carnival, insanity, just like drug trip, you know? But I do. And so it really helped me recognize like this is a very special place and a very unique place. And being from here all my life, I think sometimes I lose sight of that. But then when I go out of New York and I come back, I'm like, you know? So I'm very glad that everybody's crazy in New York, and I hope that we never get well.